Big development coming out of the NBA world, and it's one that's already sending shockwaves through the league. According to Shams Charania, the Los Angeles Lakers have pulled off an unexpected and incredibly savvy move. Just when it seemed like Rob Pelinka might be quietly sitting out the action, he surprises everyone with what could easily be considered one of the best value signings of this offseason. Let's break down exactly what happened and what it means going forward for this Lakers squad, because this one genuinely came out of nowhere. If you blinked, you might have missed it. Shams reported live that Marcus Smart has officially agreed to a buyout with the Washington Wizards and is now set to join the Lakers on a 2-year deal worth $11 million. This is a huge moment. The former Defensive Player of the Year, one of the league's most respected on-ball defenders, is coming to LA, without the Lakers having to give up a single asset in return. That's right, no players, no picks, no financial juggling, just pure front office finesse. Now, what makes this even more impressive is that there had been previous whispers about Smart and the Lakers, but those rumors died down quickly when it looked like Washington had no plans to negotiate a buyout. Until now, Smart was on nobody's radar at this stage, and suddenly he's signing with a title contender. The Lakers now land a defensive-minded veteran who brings experience, intensity, and leadership, all for an incredibly team-friendly price. It's a brilliant pickup. You're talking about a player who's tough as nails, someone who doesn't always stuff the stat sheet but impacts winning in every possible way. This is a guy who throws his body on the floor, defends multiple positions, and shows up in big moments. He brings heart, he brings fire, and that kind of attitude can change a locker room. And yes, it's a bit ironic. A former Boston Celtic now wearing purple and gold. The last time that happened was with Rajon Rondo, and we all remember how that turned out. Banner number 17. The Lakers are hoping history repeats itself. Smart's offensive numbers may not jump out. He averaged 9 points last season, but he's always been known more for his impact on the defensive end and his leadership qualities than his scoring. He was limited a bit due to injuries and a changing role in Washington, where playing conditions aren't exactly built for winning or consistency. Still, he's just 2 years removed from winning DPOY and has shown he can thrive in the right system. More importantly, this gives the Lakers a major upgrade in perimeter defense, something they sorely missed after parting ways with players like Dorian Finney-Smith. Smart brings grit and edge, the type of presence that makes it hard for opposing guards to get comfortable. It also allows the Lakers to retool their rotation without having to sacrifice their future. They still hold expiring contracts, multiple draft assets, and flexibility heading into the rest of the offseason. And this might just be the beginning. Shams also hinted that the Lakers aren't finished. They've still got access to the biannual exception, which could open the door for other veterans like Shake Milton, who may soon reach a buyout himself. Plus, with names like Dalton Connect and a few movable pieces still on the roster, more deals could be on the horizon. When you put it all together, the timing, the value, and the fit, this is a classic example of front office strategy paying off. The Lakers got exactly what they needed: a vocal leader, a defensive specialist, and a proven winner, all without giving anything up. More updates coming as we continue breaking down what this means for LA heading into next season, but one thing's for sure, the Lakers just got better, and everyone around the league knows it. One of the key questions that now comes up, and one that Shams made a point to emphasize, is whether Marcus Smart can knock down threes with consistency. That's going to be a major factor moving forward. His defensive ability is without question, but in today's game, spacing matters. Can he stretch the floor when it counts? That'll be something the Lakers will monitor closely. And there were some interesting details from Shams just moments ago. Smart's contract with the Lakers will reportedly include a player option, giving him flexibility to enter the 2026 free agency market, which is expected to be far more cap-rich. He's now a 3-time NBA All-Defensive First-Team member, and we all know he's among the league's best at defending the point of attack. Another big note? Luka Doncic. Yes, Luka apparently reached out and helped recruit Marcus Smart directly. That level of involvement shows how much, say, Doncic is being given in shaping the roster direction alongside Rob Pelinka, and it's clear they're aligned in building a team that fits his strengths. Let's not forget, just 2 seasons ago, Smart was putting up nearly 15 points a night for a competitive Grizzlies team. Even in a reduced role in Washington, the skill set was still there. He's a capable playmaker, a solid secondary ball handler, and while not always flashy, he can organize the offense in stretches. His contributions go beyond stats. And although his style isn't a mirror of someone like Dorian Finney-Smith, the defensive value Smart brings more than makes up for what the Lakers lost in grit and toughness on that end. And that's crucial, because on a roster that already includes heavy offensive firepower in Luka and Austin Reeves, LA needed someone who could make up for the lack of perimeter defense. Smart fills that void perfectly. He doesn't need the ball to be impactful, doesn't require offensive touches to affect the game. His role will be very clear: defend, lead, hustle, win. Now, one small critique Shams mentioned, and one I agree with, is Pelinka's ongoing habit of including player options in these deals. It's become a pattern. While other front offices are tightening contracts with partial or non-guarantees, the Lakers continue to offer extra flexibility. It's not ideal from a control standpoint, but in this case, the overall deal still makes sense. The cap hit is small, and Smart's presence isn't likely to be viewed as a negative asset, even if the player option kicks in. The financial structure also keeps the Lakers on track with their long-term plans, especially with that much-talked-about 2027 window when they'll aim to open up max cap space. Smart fits right in with that timeline. He's still productive, battle-tested, and clearly motivated to contribute to a contending team. This move also opens up further possibilities. Guys like Gabe Vincent and Maxi Kleber could be on the move. Their contracts, along with younger pieces like Dalton Neck, give the Lakers more tools to shape the roster around their stars. And don't overlook the value of Marcus Smart as a mentor figure. Someone like Bronny James, who is also expected to be an on-ball defender at the next level, will benefit tremendously from having Smart in that locker room. The rotation graphic shared earlier may now be slightly outdated, but the structure of the starting 5 likely stays intact. The bench, though, is now more intriguing. Assuming Smart comes off the bench as a 6th man, he's the kind of high-impact, veteran presence every contender needs. There's also Jake LaRavia, someone many around the league, including Shams, believe could be a 10-15 point per game scorer in the right system. He might find that groove in LA. Still, bench scoring remains a concern. If Shake Milton is indeed bought out as expected, and with Dalton Connect struggling in Summer League, the Lakers are banking on development from within. The good news? Bronny James looked sharp in Vegas. Whether he earns consistent minutes is still unknown, but the effort and flashes are there. As for Smart, don't be surprised if his minutes go well beyond a typical bench role. Depending on the matchup, he could easily log 30 minutes a night, or even start in certain games. That versatility is one of his best traits. He can play next to Luka, next to Reeves, or even run the offense in spurts. He's strong, physical, with a long wingspan, built to guard up or down a position, and still agile enough to chase guards through screens. He may no longer be in his physical prime, but his IQ, effort, and motor haven't faded. Whether he's starting or coming off the bench, Marcus Smart is going to matter. He's going to have a real role on this team, just like he did in Boston, and just like he briefly had in Memphis before injuries hit. Marcus Smart is a guy who can defend multiple positions on the court, and that alone is a plus for the Lakers. They now have a guard who fits well alongside their backcourt, and that has to be considered a win. This likely rules them out of the DeAnthony Melton sweepstakes, and probably Gary Payton II as well, who was also rumored to be on their radar, but honestly, Marcus Smart is a better defender than both of them, and that gives the Lakers a solid edge. Personally, I like the fact they went for a more experienced player here. When you've got LeBron and Luka Doncic, 2 generational superstars, you should be pushing all your chips in. It should be championship or bust. And with Smart being traded, then watching the Celtics win a title without him, that has to leave a chip on his shoulder. Hopefully, that drive can fuel the Lakers to pick up some crucial wins this season. Drop your thoughts below about this signing. This is a big one. More moves are definitely coming, and we'll have all the updates for you. Thanks for tuning in. Marcus Smart is a guy who can defend multiple positions on the court, and that alone is a plus for the Lakers. They now have a guard who fits well alongside their backcourt, and that has to be considered a win. This likely rules them out of the DeAnthony Melton sweepstakes, and probably Gary Payton II as well, who was also rumored to be on their radar. But honestly, Marcus Smart is a better defender than both of them, and that gives the Lakers a solid edge. Personally, I like the fact they went for a more experienced player here. When you've got LeBron and Luka Doncic, two generational superstars, you should be pushing all your chips in. It should be championship or bust. And with Smart being traded, then watching the Celtics win a title without him, that has to leave a chip on his shoulder. Hopefully, that drive can fuel the Lakers to pick up some crucial wins this season. Drop your thoughts below about this signing. This is a big one. More moves are definitely coming, and we'll have all the updates for you. Thanks for tuning in.